You stand against a wall and mark the top of your head. Place an ordinary European from 5 centuries ago beside you, and you might be taller, heavier, and better at an intelligence test. It would be easy to conclude that modern humans have become physically and mentally superior. But your body and your test score may reveal more about the world around you than the human being inside. In 15th and 16th century Europe, your final height began with circumstances you could not choose. Your genes mattered, yet childhood conditions could prevent your body from reaching the height they allowed. A poor harvest might make bread expensive. Milk, meat, and eggs could be limited by season, region, and household income. Repeated infections would take energy that your body might otherwise use for growth. Even when food was available, parasites and intestinal disease could make nutrients harder to absorb. Historians therefore treat average height as a rough record of childhood conditions. They estimate stature from long bones in excavated cemeteries. The method is imperfect. Burial grounds represent particular communities. Some skeletons are incomplete, and women and poorer people are often less visible in surviving evidence. The results also destroy a familiar myth. Human height did not rise smoothly from a tiny medieval past to a tall, modern present. Some medieval European groups were surprisingly tall. In parts of Europe, average stature appears to have declined toward the late medieval and early modern centuries. As populations grew, diets became more dependent on grain, and disease spread easily through crowded settlements. Region, class, sex, and local food supply could change the picture dramatically. If you stood beside an ordinary person from around 1500, the difference might therefore be noticeable, modest, or almost absent. You could not identify the century from height alone. What separates the modern average most clearly is not a sudden genetic transformation. It is the greater chance of passing through childhood with reliable nutrition, cleaner water, vaccination, antibiotics, and treatment for illnesses that once interrupted growth. Weight is even more difficult to compare. Bones can suggest height, age, injuries, and some signs of disease, but they do not preserve body fat or muscle in a simple scale reading. A farm worker might be short yet strongly muscled from constant labor. A wealthy merchant might eat more but move less. Hunger could make someone thin, while periodic abundance followed by scarcity could change weight across a single year. Modern populations are generally heavier, but that hides enormous variation. Today, many people have continuous access to calorie-dense food and spend more time sitting. 5 centuries ago, ordinary work demanded walking, lifting, carrying water, tending animals, or working fields. Lower weight did not automatically mean better fitness, just as higher modern weight does not automatically mean poor health. Then comes the most tempting comparison: intelligence. You can measure a modern person with a modern test, but no valid IQ test survives from the 16th century. Giving one to a historical person would also test unfamiliar symbols, schooling, language, and test taking habits. It would not reveal a clean measure of an unchanged inner mind. Modern intelligence test scores rose across much of the 20th century, a pattern called the Flynn effect. Researchers connected to several environmental changes, including longer education, better health and nutrition, smaller families, and daily life that demands more abstract thinking. The effect shows that measured performance can change quickly without requiring a rapid genetic redesign of the human brain. Childhood conditions can influence the mind as well as the skeleton. Severe malnutrition, repeated illness, exposure to toxins, and limited stimulation can interfere with development. Modern public health and education therefore allow more people to develop and demonstrate abilities that might once have been constrained. That is an improvement in human opportunity, not proof that every modern brain is biologically better. A person from 1500 trained for a different mental world. You might solve a diagram more quickly. That person might remember complex oral instructions, judge weather and soil repair tools, recognize plants, calculate market quantities without a calculator, or navigate social rules that you would repeatedly misunderstand. None of this proves that historical people were secretly superior. It shows why intelligence cannot be reduced to one timeless contest. There was still a profound modern advantage: access to accumulated knowledge. Literacy was far less widespread, formal schooling reached a minority, and books were expensive even after European printing expanded. Today, You can learn in minutes what earlier generations might never encounter. That makes your effective problem-solving power greater, but much of that power lies outside your skull. In schools, public health, written records, machines, and networks of other people. So humans became taller in many places and often heavier because their environments changed. Their measured cognitive performance changed as well. Yet none of this proves that the person born in 1500 possessed a fundamentally inferior mind. When you stand against a wall and mark the top of your head, you are measuring more than your body. You are also measuring the world that allowed it to grow.